Have you ever studied a difficult piece? Worked hard on a technical passage and finally mastered it, but then realized you can't play something similar in another piece? It happened to me once. I remember it very clearly. I was playing a piece by Castelnuovo Tedesco. There was a passage that was really hard for me. I practiced it for weeks and in many different ways, and finally I could play it well, even in the exam. That feeling of success after so much effort was amazing, but later I noticed something. I had learned that passage, but not the technical idea behind it. In other pieces, when I found something similar, my solution didn't work anymore. It was like I had learned a trick, not a method. And that's exactly what David Russell talks about in one of his most interesting ideas. He said, we learn to solve specific difficulties in specific studies, and then we can do the same things in other situations. We must decompose the difficulties into their technical elements, understand them, and apply what we learn. In this video, I want to start from this, how to decompose technical difficulties so we can grow as musician, not just a performer. At the end, I show you a practical way to use this method in your daily practice. When I understood this, after studying that Castelnuovo Tedesco piece, I realized it happens very often. We study a difficult passage, we solve it, but our brain connects only to that piece, that page, that fingering. So when we find a similar passage later, we start again from zero. In my case, that difficult shift wasn't about speed. It was about the left hand stretch in an uncomfortable part of the fingerboard. I found a way to do it, but it worked only there. It's like solving a riddle without learning how riddles work. That's what Russell means when he play we must decompose difficulties. We have to understand what is behind them. And shift is not just a shift. It's coordination, relax, timing, preparation. If we don't see those elements, we stay stuck inside one piece instead of growing technically. So, next time you find a difficult passage, try to ask yourself what is the real cause of this difficulty? Is there tension in one hand? Is it a rhythm problem, a memory problem, a movement problem? Am I really understanding what happens or just repeating it again and again? Sometimes answering just one of these questions can change everything. What Russell suggests is not only a technical approach, it's a different way of thinking. Instead of saying this bar is too hard or this passage is too fast, we need to break it down. If it's a speed problem, practice just a few notes or change the rhythm so your brain learns the movement better. If it's a polyphonic problem, play only one voice, maybe just the melody or the bass to understand the structure. If it's a position change, isolate the gesture, prepare it slowly, even visualize it before playing. To decompose means to remove what's not necessary until only the core of the difficult remains. Then you can rebuild everything step by step, more consciously. So, if you really want to learn a difficult piece, not just playing it, we need to start here. First, what kind of difficulty is it? Second, find how to isolate and practice it smartly. And third, test it in another piece to see if it really works. When that happens, when a solution works in a different music, it means we didn't just study a piece, we improved our way of studying. Maybe that's what true progress is. Progress is not how many pieces we play, but how deeply we understand them. Every time we decompose a difficult, we grow a bit more aware and of how we learn. If this video helpful you, let me know in the comment. If you want more video about conscious practice, you can find them on my other channels too.